Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Happy Photographer, a podcast dedicated to the amateur photographer, the weekend warrior, the people who are out there taking pictures just to take pictures and to document our daily lives. My name is Kwame, and today we're going to talk about local travel photography. Hey everyone, I hope your evening, day, or night is going well. Please insert as appropriate. And today, as you saw by the little intro there, I want to talk about local travel photography. But before we do that, I want to announce we're kicking off a new, series about travel photography because summer is just around the corner. Everything is in bloom here in Seattle, hence my eyes look like they do now. So I want to help you all take better pictures and really I want to help you make more memories on your whatever travels you're doing, whether it's around the world or down the block or a state over, whatever it is. This series is going to hopefully give you some tips, some tricks, and just some general get you excited about travel photography and some general interest into travel photography. So today I want to talk about local travel photography because I think a lot of people get this idea of travel photography is something you got to do when you go to some far off destination. In reality, I think travel photography is anything that is outside of your block, right? If you go to the next block over, technically you're traveling. One of the great things about local travel photography is that it is local. You don't have to go 4, 5, 6 hours away to have a really cool experience and see something different. And I think with travel and travel photography in particular, it's really about getting out of our comfort zone and experiencing new things and traditions and people and all that good stuff. And that can happen down the street. That can happen one block over. That can happen at the city that you don't ever go to. That's something my wife and I have been doing for many years now. And I don't even remember the first time we did it, but when we moved to Denver, every weekend we were out exploring either different parts of the city or going to other cities, going all the way up to the mountains, down south, going over to the Grand Canyon that was just over in Arizona. So it's, we have really tried to get outside of just where we live and also get outside of the idea of we can only travel when we have saved enough money or we have a destination that we're going to, or in our case, my wife's from Senegal, our only traveling is when we go to Senegal. I think one of the best ways to expand your mind view or your world view is to just get outside of your comfort zone. And for a lot of people, we stay within our comfort zone, not just with where we live, but how we feel and interact with people. And so, a great thing about local traveling and local travel photography is that you can build up the skills to talk to people when you're on these bigger vacations. So I'm an introvert, and for me, having a camera almost gives me the freedom to talk to people because I feel like I can hide behind the camera and be my true self. Recently, my brother-in-law and his family were out here and we went to the Boeing plane museum or something like that. I will leave a link down below. Pretty cool place if you're into planes. While we were there, I struck up a conversation with one of the security guards, which was just random and typically something I never do. I try to not interact with people when I'm out and about just because, I don't know, I just don't like doing it. But anyways, we're talking and I was like, yeah, this is really amazing to see. They have a replica of the Wright brothers plane and some other planes. And he goes, yeah, well, that's cool. He goes, but look up above us and there's a plane and it had a person sitting in it, a dummy, and it was a bicycle. He goes, yeah, that's crazy. That's a bicycle, but that plane weighs less than you and I. And I was together? He goes, no, that plane is maybe 100 pounds total. And you had to get a running start down a hill and really start pedaling and that kind of stuff. And it only kind of flew. It didn't, really get up in the air all that far. He goes, and then if you look over on this side, there's this military plane and at the time it was the fastest plane in the world. And he goes, it's crazy, these two planes are right next to each other. This one is a death trap because most people didn't survive it. I think there's only 2 of these planes left. He goes, and the other one, as cool as it is, it was also kind of a death trap because it went so fast and it was, if you made one wrong move, you're toast. He goes, but it's crazy to see within less than 100 years the progression of this one plane to this other plane. Now, without talking to him, I would have never known any of that. I wouldn't have taken the pictures, nor would I've had this like deeper understanding of this. To me, it just looked like a plane, a prototype of a plane. I didn't realize there was only 2 or 3 left in the world, and it was like really light. And so by just getting out of my comfort zone and having this conversation, and again, it was like a 5-minute conversation. It wasn't like we went deep and talked about life's goals and all that kind of stuff, but it was really, really cool to like connect with them, and I learned something from that interaction. So to bring this back on topic about local travel photography. So if you follow me on social media, Flickr, Glass, Twitter, links all down below, a lot of those pictures are taken within literally a block radius of where we live. It's surprising how many pictures you can take just around your area. But when I leave this area, or we're going to like West Seattle or something like that, right? That's a place I love going. For me, I'm able to go and practice street photography in that location because A, there are tons of people out. B, no one is paying attention to me because you're by the beach and you could possibly see whales or orcas or seals. And so everyone's focused on the beach. And C, it's a great way to see what's working in my photography setup and what's not working in my photography setup. So this has been a kind of random all over the place episode, but really what my goal for this episode is for you to understand that travel photography doesn't mean you have to go halfway around the world. You can literally go to the next block over where you live, go to the next city over, or even go like an hour or 2 away from your house. That's travel photography. 2, local travel photography is great to practice what you've been learning from books, from watching YouTube videos, to dialing in your gear. Being in a situation to where you can practice what you've been learning is always a great opportunity before you go on like the really big vacation trip. Thank you as always for watching or listening to this podcast episode. I really do appreciate you guys. This is episode 5. I can't believe I'm on episode 5. To be honest, I didn't think I would be on episode 1. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. If you're listening to the audio version of this, please leave a review in your podcast player of choice and share this with a friend if you find it interesting. As always, I want to hear from you. I have a new feature on the website where now you can, if you want to be a guest, you can book, you can leave me your information. I will get back to you. If you don't want to be a guest, but you just want to say something and you want to leave a voice message on the podcast, I have a link in the description of this video, but also on my website, that you can leave an audiogram, I guess you want to call it. You can leave an audio message for me and I will play it on the podcast if you want to. Thank you as always for watching or listening to this episode. I will see you next one. Talk to you later. Bye bye.